How's it going, tiny little hot dog cuties? Today I want to talk about looking back into my first month in medical school. And this video is specifically for you guys who are thinking about getting into medical school and then starting eventually, or in the coming months you will get into medical school and you have to prepare for your first day. Because there's a lot of things that I learned in the first 4 weeks that I wish I would have known earlier, so that I would have performed better on my first test. Pretty good, above the average on my first test, but could be a lot better on the first test, and even prepared myself a lot better. And yes, guys, you may have noticed that the quality of my videos have drastically changed, and that's because I upgraded my camera and my microphone as well. I'm giving myself a birthday / getting into medical school / graduation gift, and what I wanted was to improve the quality of the videos I hash out to you guys, and that was to get a new camera, get a new microphone, and hopefully I'll make a video about my new video setup because it was on a moderate budget, and I'll also make a video about the cheapy budget that I was using, because I think I still had some very good quality videos even with the creator kit I had before, which was actually under $50 worth of things that I used to make those videos beforehand. But enough about that. Let's get down and talk about what I learned in the first month and things you should be ready for. The most important thing that you need to be aware of before your first day of medical school is have some extra cash left over. I know going to interviews is super expensive. I wasted so much money attending interviews and wasted so much money applying to schools. So it's actually pretty daunting, because I've talked to you guys before. I'm a first generation college student. My parents did not contribute a single dollar to my application and to me moving into my new place. So it was crazy. Luckily, thank God, I had a lot of savings that I accumulated in the last 4 years of undergrad that allowed me to move to my new apartment. However, I have to say, guys, it's very expensive. The 3 months that you have, the 2 to 3 months that you have between you matriculating to medical school, you've gotten accepted, but you gotta start the first day, the 3 months of summer vacation that you have, work your butt off, get more savings, get more money, because moving is so expensive. Even if you're moving into a fully furnished house or anything like that, you still gotta buy stuff. So it can get really expensive really quickly. So just have a backup plan. Also, schools tend to give the refunds a couple of weeks after classes start, so you better have the money for your first month's rent or even your second month's rent. So my school started in July, pretty early. I moved in June, so I had to pay the month of June's rent beforehand and the month of July's rent beforehand. And by the time we were hitting August, when we got the refund, I was freaking out because so much of my savings had been wasted on moving in fees. So don't freak out. Don't be in a position where you have to freak out like I did. Have some extra savings left over for the duration of the time that you don't have that refund coming to you. The second piece of advice I have for you is that if your class makes a group class messaging board or group class GroupMe or group class Facebook group or anything of that sort, if people are planning events, go to those events. You're gonna feel like, oh, I haven't met these people yet, I'm shy, I'm awkward, like I am very awkward, but attend those events, get to know your classmates before classes start, because your classmates will act differently outside of a school environment and differently from inside of a school environment. You'll get to see how the dynamic of your class is like. You'll get to make friends before you even start school. So you start off with a very strong support system. And some of you guys probably watching this video are thinking, oh, I don't need to do that. I study by myself. I don't use study groups. I don't do any types of social studying. That's not the reason why, guys. I personally don't use study groups as well. I find it very distracting for me. But having that connection with other people, being friendly with my classmates, allow me to have a sense of camaraderie with them. I feel good when I'm in class, and I feel good when I'm at home. I don't feel lonely because I moved to a completely new place. My friends are miles away. Not totally miles away because I'm still in the city that I grew up in. But my friends are not going to be near me 24/7. The closest people to you for the next 4 years is going to be your classmates. So start off strong, make really good connections, make friends, or just be friendly with everyone, see how everyone is like, see what makes them tick, and just socialize. The third advice that I have for you guys, I'm gonna be really real, but the content in medical school is super intense. You are bombarded over and over and over again with things that you have to learn in a short period of time. It's gonna overwhelm you. It's gonna make you think you're crazy. The first week of medical school, I felt like I was dying. I literally felt like I was dying. But don't fret. Have a game plan. A lot of people freak out and they keep freaking out. Calm yourself down. Get back in the zone and figure out what's the best method of studying for you. Everyone has a specific way that they study. A lot of people love outlining. I will never learn if I outline. I learn best with flashcards. So with memorization, I use flashcards consistently. I use it all the time. Textbooks, I'm not using them that often. Some people love using textbooks because they're really good. They learn really well when they're reading. Me, I just need repetition. Then I incorporate what I've memorized into practice questions. That's my method of studying. Find your method of studying. Stick to it. Love it. Learn to love studying because you're going to be doing that a lot. You got to learn to love it because if you don't learn to love it, you're going to procrastinate and then it's going to just bite you in the butt in the first exam. Learn to love studying. See what works for you. Try to find a game plan. Don't do what everyone else is doing. Find what works for you. The next thing I want to talk about is that this is a tool that I think was really good for me to prepare for my exams, and I think it'll really prepare me for the boards. And this is not a sponsored video. I wasn't paid to say this, but Boards and Beyond is really good at talking about high yield topics, not just in your board examinations, but also in your test. I have to say, once I saw the Boards and Beyond videos of every topic that was covered for my first exam, I could say that almost 85% of the topics that was covered in Boards and Beyond actually showed up on my first exam. Then the other 15% are tiny little minutia that was covered in lecture that you had to pay attention to. But if you supplement Boards and Beyond to your studying, I think it could make things more organized and more streamlined. Because the thing about medical school is that professors don't really tell you what sources to use, what textbooks to read, or what videos to watch. You kind of have to figure it out by yourself. So Boards and Beyond was a really good guide for me to figure out what I needed to study on that day, what I needed to hone my skills on. So this is not a sponsored video. You guys don't have to go out and buy it, but I think it really helped me. And then I told my friend who is in med school at another med school who started like a month later. I told her about it, and then she started using it. And her school is different from mine. So my school has exams like every 2.5 weeks. Her school has an exam like every week. So after the first week, she took her exam. She did Boards and Beyond, like I said, and she said that it really did help her. Even if you don't get anything from the videos, it at least points you to the right direction of the things that you should be studying. And again, you guys don't have to buy it. It's just something that really helped me, and I think it could help a lot of other people, and I think that information needs to be out there. And lastly, to leave you guys off on this, is that it's gonna get better. I think after my first exam, all that anxiety and that syndrome you have when you think you don't belong here, everybody's smarter than me, I am not that smart, I'm so stupid. that kind of dissipates after the first exam if you're really, really concentrated and doing well. You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to be at the library 24/7. There are people in my class who stay in the library for the entire day. And props on them. That's dedication. That is really something to look up to. But for me, that will never ever work for me because I'm a person who values my hobbies. I make videos for you guys for sakes. So I'm the type of person who needs to do other things in between studying. Just be honed in on what you need to study. Enjoy your time. Yes, in the beginning, I'm gonna admit it, and so many of my friends and family can tell you, I doubted myself. Like, can I actually do this? But after the exam, you will get used to the studying intensity. You will get used to everything that you're needed to do, and you will find time to pursue your passions. Don't let go of the friends that you made before medical school. Don't let go of the friends that you're making right now. Have fun, socialize. It's really good for your mental health. Don't be in studies mode all the time because that's really bad for your psyche. It's really bad. Like, just don't do it. It's gonna make you go down a downward spiral. Just don't do that. So I hope this video has helped you guys. I hope it'll help you prepare for your first month in medical school. And this is kind of a reflection for me to look back at the mistakes I have made and what I need to do further on from this incident. Be sure to follow me on my social media links, Instagram, Twitter. I have a Twitch stream where I play video games. I'm not as active anymore because I started medical school, but I will try to be active there. You guys can donate to my stream there, give me shout outs. I can have a live conversation with you. Follow me on my Instagram because I also have an IGTV short series called Video Biscuits where I just talk about random stuff and have more of a conversation with you guys, more personal conversations. And I'll see you guys on the next one. This is Ben.